Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock-related queries. In case you're here for the first time, well, the WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens and this is where exactly you could send me all your queries regarding the stocks in your portfolio or those that are coming afresh onto your watch list. Now, how do you go about them? Everything will be sorted out by our top market experts who join in on the show and they will help you, guide you better as far as your own stock queries are concerned. Now, you can also log on to our YouTube channel, that's Business Today, log on to the Daily Calls Live and use the comment section there to send me some of your questions. I'll be happy to pick up some questions from there too. And it's now time to welcome our guest on board. We are going to be joined by a very special guest. But before that, first up, let's quickly look at how the markets are shaping up at this point in time. Remember, we did see fresh record high levels for the Nifty Bank again in today's trading session. The Nifty is comfortable above 25,108 odd mark as well. It's a broad-based rally that continues after Friday's stellar move on the street, and that was largely led by the RBI's bazooka rally of 50 basis points of a rate cut that pulled up the banking, financial, real estate stocks higher. Today also all the sectors are up and about in trade with PSU banks that are leading the show. At this point in time, you can actually see an over 1.5% move on the higher side on that front as well. We are also looking at a whole host of other pockets like financial services, private banks, IT, metals, even the broader markets, mid and small caps that are doing very well at this point in time as well. The top movers on trade right now on the Nifty are Kotak Mahindra Bank. You have names like Bajaj Finance, Adani Enterprises, Axis Bank. These are the ones that are leading the show at this point. Let's now welcome our guest. We have Nilesh Jain, Head and Vice President of Technicals and Derivatives of Research at Centrum Broking, now joining in. Hi Nilesh, warm welcome. Good to have you with us. Help us understand first with your take on the markets. Do you think the worst is now behind? We've seen a long haul of consolidation, 25,000 now finally staying as far as the closing levels are also concerned. This is the second day when we are looking at 25,000 being held on at least up until the half or time of the trade. How would you look at the markets now?
Sakshi, well, if you look at the overall structure, yes, we have seen a good breakout on Friday, both Nifty and Bank Nifty. In fact, Bank Nifty is looking more promising compared to the Nifty index. Still, there is some more room left on the upside. Now, as far as levels are concerned in the Bank Nifty, we are expecting further momentum to continue towards 58,000. So, another 1,000 point plus kind of move can be seen in the Bank Nifty. So, these are the spot levels. The breakout came at 56,100. And it is trading in uncharted territory, but looking at the recent development in the price action and breakout, the price target for Bank Nifty comes around 58,000, but not advisable to chase at the high levels. Better to wait for some sort of profit taking. If at all we see in the zone of 56,500, 56,700, that can be a good entry point in the Bank Nifty. Now, we have seen a positive development on the India Week's volatility index, which declined sharply in the previous week. Where it has slipped below 15 levels, so that is again giving more comfort to the bulls. That setup looks positive for the markets, and if at all we see any further decline in the IVs, that will support the markets. Now, coming to Nifty index, our price target for the Nifty in the spot levels comes around 25,300 to 25,500 as far as June series is concerned, and 24,800 is now the next immediate support for the Nifty. So buy and decline should be the strategy in the Nifty as well. Now the comfort is coming in the broader market, specifically Nifty mid cap and small cap index. If you just pull up last 10 to 15 consecutive session, we have seen a consecutive formation of higher top and higher bottom formation in the Nifty mid cap and small cap indices. So both the indices are looking positive. Broader markets is something where we are getting more conviction and we can expect an outperformance in the broader markets.
Okay, got that. Now, Nilesh, we will come to your stock-specific choices and, of course, how to go about certain pockets in trade. But let's also take some questions that are coming in from our viewers for all of you. Starting off first with a lot of our viewers who have already joined in and logged in with their questions. So let me just extend a warm welcome to all of them. Sandeep Pancharya, Avdesh Thakur, Manoj Pai, Avnish, we have Ankur, we also have Satya joining in, Mohit is with us, Warm welcome to all of you. Good to have you with us right at the beginning. So we'll start taking some of those questions. Sandeep wants to know about RCF, Russia Chemicals Fertilizers. Can one buy right now for a short-term view, and what could be the target that one can look at? Remember, in the north part of the country, we are actually facing very strong heat waves. At the same time, temperatures are soaring. We are waiting to see when the monsoon showers will actually come in. But before that, should one also take a position in the stock markets on the fertilizer stocks like RCF, Nilesh?
Well, Sakshi, this particular counter, in fact, looking better placed right now, given the kind of a setup we are witnessing of higher top and higher bottom formation. So we can expect a gradual up move, and this up move may extend towards 170 to 175. So this is from a June series point of view. We can expect a gradual up move towards 170 to 175. That's the price target that one can expect. If already bought it, then I would suggest to keep a trailing stop loss at 158. So that should be the stop loss for the long position. Fresh entry can be done on declines if at all we see any dip towards 161 to 160. That can be a good entry point, and also it can be added at current level as well. So gradual up move, keeping that in mind, yes, it can be bought.
Okay, got that, Sandeep. I hope you've taken that out. You can buy this one. Let's look at another one. This one is from Manoj Pai. He says, Good afternoon. क्या कोफोर्ज को अभी बाय कर सकते हैं? ये सवाल है. मिड कैप आईटी स्टॉक्स में भी आज एक मोमेंटम है ओवरऑल आईटी स्पेस में से. और अगर हम मिड कैप आईटी स्टॉक्स के बारे में बात करें तो अगर सबसे पहले किसी के भी दिमाग में कुछ नाम आते हैं तो वो कोफोर्ज, परसिस्टेंट सिस्टम्स जैसे ही नाम आते हैं, क्योंकि इन्होंने काफ़ी उम्दा परफॉर्मेंस पिछली रैली में भी दिखाए हैं. अब नीलेश, कोफोर्ज को देखते हुए करंट लेवल और जो चार्ट है उसको देखते हुए आपको क्या लगता है, क्या करंट लेवल्स पर खरीदारी बनती है यहाँ?
बिल्कुल साक्षी, देखिए आईटी स्पेस में काफी अच्छा स्पर्ट हमें आज देखने को मिल रहा है. इनफैक्ट आप अगर यूएस मार्केट अक्रॉस ऑल इंडाइसेस देखें तो वहां पर एक काफी अच्छी तेजी हमें देखने को मिली थी. उसके चलते यहाँ पर आईटी स्पेस में थोड़ा सा मोमेंटम लौटता हुआ नजर आ रहा है. लार्ज कैप के साथ साथ मिड कैप एंड स्मॉल कैप आईटीज भी टेक्निकली थोड़ा पॉजिटिव नजर आ रहे हैं. और बिल्कुल ठीक है आपने, देखिए अगर मिड कैप एंड स्मॉल कैप आईटीज की बात करें तो सबसे पहले नाम आते हैं परसिस्टेंट, कोफोर्ज, एम्फेसिस. ये कुछ एक चुनिंदा नेम्स है जहां पर स्ट्रक्चर अभी भी पॉजिटिव है. और जब लार्ज कैप आईटीज अंडर परफॉर्म कर रहे थे तब यहां पर हमने एक आउट परफॉर्मेंस और लीडरशिप देखने को मिली थी. तो कोफोर्ज, ये पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक बिल्कुल इन लेवलों पर ऐड करके चल सकते हैं. थोड़ा सा पोजीशन नजरिया यहाँ पे रखना होगा. 1850 टू 1900 तक का आपको हमें यहाँ पे देखने को मिल सकता है. 1720 का स्टॉप लॉस होगा. इसके अलावा एम्फेसिस भी एक दूसरा स्टॉक होगा जहां पर स्ट्रक्चर पॉजिटिव है. इस पर भी नजर रख के चल सकते हैं. 2700 प्लस तक के लेवल यहां देखने को मिल सकते हैं. 2540 के आसपास का अच्छा सपोर्ट है. तो अक्रॉस ऑल मिड कैप एंड स्मॉल कैप आईटीज काफी अच्छा मोमेंटम है. शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म के लिहाज से आईटी स्पेस थोड़ा पॉजिटिव नजर आ रहा है.
ओके, गॉट दैट. चलिए, यहाँ पर भी मनोज भाई आपको सवाल का जवाब मिल गया होगा. नेक्स्ट हम देखते हैं, ये सवाल अवनीश का आया है. लिखते हैं, हाय साक्षी, बहुत दिनों के बाद इरिडा में 180 के ऊपर के लेवल्स आए हैं. मेरा परचेज लेवल 201 का है. अब यहाँ पर क्या रिकवरी के आसार नजर आ रहे हैं, और क्या मेरा लेवल एक बार फिर से देखने को मिलेगा, और किस टारगेट का मैं वेट करूँ? येस, यू आर राइट. आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग हॉल ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन 5.5% अपटिक 184 का लेवल है इरिडा में. एक मूव पॉजिटिव की तरफ जा रहा है. पिछले 6-8 महीनों में काफी इसने टेस्ट की है इन्वेस्टर्स की पेशेंस को. क्या लगता है नीलेश की एक बार फिर से 200 और 200 के ऊपर के लेवल्स नजर आएंगे? जिन लोगों ने खरीदा हुआ है उनके लिए क्या रणनीति होगी, और जिन लोगों को फ्रेश यहाँ पर इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी है उनके लिए भी राय बताइए.
बिल्कुल, देखिए सबसे पहले तो एक डिस्क्लेमर, ये हमने हमारे क्लाइंट को ऑलरेडी आज के दिन खरीदारी करने की सलाह दी है. 181 के आसपास की खरीद है. हमारे जो ऊपरी स्तर पर टारगेट निकल के आ रहे हैं लगभग 190 से 195 के हैं. ये शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म के लिहाज से हैं. बट अगर थोड़ा सा पोजिशनल नजरिया है, जैसे कि मैं सुन पा रहा था, काफी ऊपरी स्तरों की खरीद है. 200 के ऊपर के लेवल्स यहाँ पर बिल्कुल हमें देखने को मिल सकते हैं, क्योंकि काउंटर में गिरावट का जो फेज था वो अब खत्म हो चुका है. अब एक बेस फॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे बनता हुआ नजर आ रहा है. काउंटर ने इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल 180 का ब्रेक कर दिया है. ऊपरी स्तर पर 200 प्लस तक के लेवल हमें यहाँ पर नेक्स्ट 1 to 2 मंथ्स में देखने को मिल सकते हैं. तो लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो बने रहे. 176 के आसपास का इमीडिएट सपोर्ट अब निकल के आ रहा है, तो वहां पे सबसे पहले तो एक ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस रखने की सलाह होगी. फ्रेश खरीदारी के लिहाज से ऑलरेडी काउंटर 5.5% का उछाल आज दिखा चुका है. बेहतर होगा कि थोड़ी सी डिप का इंतजार करें. 180 से 181 की एक अच्छी खरीदारी रेंज हो सकती है. बट यस, पोजीशन लिहाज से काउंटर में पोटेंशियल है कि 200 के पार निकल सकता है.
चलिए, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है, तो अवनीश जी आप बने रहें, लेवल्स आपको देखने को मिल सकते हैं, जो टारगेट्स बताए गए हैं उसको भी आप ध्यान में रखें। नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं सवाल, ये है अंकुर मोदी का सवाल। लिखते हैं, हाय साक्षी, होप यू आर डूइंग गुड। आई एम वेरी वेल अंकुर, होप द सेम फॉर यू। ही सेज, कैन आई प्लीज गेट अ व्यू ऑन BLSE International at the current levels? What would you advise on BLSE International? वीज़ा से रिलेटेड कामकाज में है ये कंपनी, और ख़ासतौर पर अगर देखा जाए तो ट्रैवल टूरिज़्म का इस टाइम पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा ट्रेंड है। समर वेकेशंस है, बहुत लोग अपने ट्रैवल्स को प्लान कर रहे हैं। कैसे देखते हैं आप BLS इंटरनेशनल को अभी?
देखिए, थोड़ा सा आज एक डिप यहाँ पर जरूर देखने को मिला है BLS इंटरनेशनल, जो फिलहाल 388 पर ट्रेड हो रहा है। तो इस डिप के बाद स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा साइडवेज हो चुका है। अगर पोजिशनल नजरिया देखें तो काउंटर में पोटेंशियल है कि ये 440 तक जा सकता है, बट उसके लिए 420 के लेवल को ब्रेक करना बहुत जरूरी है। 420 पे एक डबल टॉप पैटर्न यहाँ पर बना है। एग्जिस्टिंग लॉन्ग पोजीशन है, तो सबसे पहले 381 का यहाँ पे स्टॉप लॉस लगाएं। 381 के ब्रेक होने पर काउंटर में और गिरावट देखने को मिल सकती है, बट बेहतर होगा कि 381 के स्टॉप लॉस से फिलहाल के लिए एक बार के लिए बने रह सकते हैं। 410 420 तक का एक पुल बैक यहाँ पर देखने को मिल सकता है।
ओके, चलिए अगला सवाल भी ले लेते हैं। हमारे पास ये सवाल आया है सत्यन का। ही इज राइटिंग इन ऑन आवर व्हाट्सएप। ही सेज, हाय, विशिंग यू ऑल अ वेरी गुड डे टू यू ऑल्सो सत्यन, थैंक्स फॉर राइटिंग इन। ही सेज, ऑन HG Infra, that's the stock he invested 1.5 years ago at the rate of 880, around 500 shares. Now he did not book profits at the peak, believing that the stock can actually have a potential to go further. Now he wants to know what exactly should his strategy be. Should he add more stocks at the current levels? And he does not mind holding it for even longer time frame. What exactly would you advise here, Nilesh, as far as HG Infra goes?
The stock has already witnessed a time-wise and a price-wise correction in last 1 year. From 1800 odd levels, it has came down to almost 1100 right now, and it has also tested 950,000 levels at the lower side. So now we are witnessing a bit of a gradual up move in this particular stock. First of all, it's not advisable to average as of now, because the counter is not giving any strong signs of reversal. So this consolidation phase may continue a bit more, and existing long position can be held with a trailing stop loss below 950. So 950 should be your strict stop loss, and a gradual up move can be seen with a kind of time horizon of 1 year plus. I think this stock has a potential to gradually move towards 1400 to 1500, or quite possible that it may test or revisit its previous all-time high mark as well. But as of now, since there are no conviction in this particular counter, so better do not average. But yes, one can continue to stay put with the existing long position.
Fair point. Okay, we'll take another question now, and this one is from one of our viewers. This is Satya, and he says, good morning Sakshi, I have been holding in the last 18 months KCP Limited shares at the rate of 148, and the second one that I have is EID Perry at 540. Can you please let me know if I can hold both these stocks for one more year? Okay, let's look at KCP first and see how the share is trading at. Currently it is at 210, which means you are in profit. EID Perry, let's look at that one as well, and that one is trading at 973. You bought at 540. So the good part is that you are holding on to profits for both of these stocks. So congratulations on that. Let's find out whether you have the potential to make more profits and higher returns on the same stocks, or should you be looking at booking partially. Let's look at both these stocks, Nilesh, KCP Limited and EID Perry. Where do you think one can continue to comfortably hold on?
Sugar space is most sort of a cyclical space, and right now it's in a bull cycle. And looking at the stock structure of EID Perry and KCP, both the stocks have gone into a lot of consolidation in the past. But right now the momentum has come back in this particular space. EID Perry is looking positive for positional kind of a target of 1200 to 1250 on the upside. Given the 1 year plus kind of time horizon, I think one can stay put, keeping a trailing stop loss below 840. The stock has a potential to gradually witness an up move towards 1100 to 1200 on the upside. So looks positive from a positional perspective. One can stay put with the long position. And apart from that, KCP Sugar, this particular counter is also witnessing a consolidation in a very tight range of 240 to 180, where 180 has acted as a very strong support. So ideally, one should keep a stop loss below 180. And positionally, this stock also has the potential to test 260 to 280 levels on the upside.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out in understanding how you should be really looking forward to the stocks. Let's look at the next one. This one is from one of our viewers on our WhatsApp who's writing in. This is Mohit from Ludhiana. He wants to know about Star Health and he says, I have 200 shares at the rate of 590 on this one. My time horizon is 3 years. Could you please guide me on that? Let's quickly pull up the stock of Star Health, and this is at 468 right now, which means it has fallen short of what his purchase level was, even though the last 1 month has seen a 30% uptick on the stock. But let's look at where he actually bought this stock would have been somewhere in August of 2024. So nearly about 10 months ago or so. And after that, there has been a considerable amount of a downturn. Things started to pull up from May itself, and we are seeing slowly and gradually stock getting back into momentum. Any suggestion here, Nilesh, that you would have on Star Health?
Well, Sakshi, this counter got listed in the year 2021, and at that point of time, it made a high of 940. And if you just pull up last 4 year chart, the
Sure.
counter is constantly witnessing a decline. It is gradually moving on the lower side, forming a lower top and lower top formation as well. Right now, in last couple of weeks, we have seen some bit of rebound, and last couple of months from the levels of 350 odd, we have seen a strong pullback in this particular counter. So this pullback may extend further towards 500 to 550, but the major structure is still looking sideways to weak. I do not see any strong V-shaped kind of recovery in this particular stock, but yes, a gradual up move is something that one can expect. So 500 to 550 levels can be seen from next in fact, 3 to 6 months kind of time frame. And if somebody wants to hold for more than 1 year, then I think the stock has a potential to test 600 to 650 as well. But first of all, one should keep a strict stop loss, a trailing stop loss below 420, and stay put should be the call.
Okay, stay put. That's the advice that is being shared with you. So please do hold on to your set position. Let's look at the next question. This one is from Manoj Pai. He says, Sir, आज शंकरा बिल्डिंग प्रोडक्ट्स तेज भाग रहा है तो क्या इसे बाय करना चाहिए? शंकरा बिल्डिंग प्रोडक्ट्स, in case you also look at the last 1 month, the stock has already gained about 44% in the rally. So it's not just today, the 5% rally that we are seeing today, but it's been happening since the last 1 month, where a strong part of a move has come in. Of the last 6 months, the 45% of a rally has largely come in the last 1 month alone. In the last 1 year also, if you see, the most kind of a momentum play has been seen over the last 1 month of May. How would you look at this stock, Shankara Building Products? Do you still see there is some steam beyond 45% rally?
Absolutely. If you look at this particular stock from past almost 7 8 years, we have seen long consolidation. From it has now hit almost 7 8 year high. The breakout came at the level of 920. So ideally, one should keep a stop loss first of all at 920. And the momentum looks strong. And the given the kind of consolidation that we have seen of almost 7 8 years, there has to be a follow up move on the upside, which will take this counter towards 1100 to 1200 on the upside from a short to medium term perspective. So one can continue to ride this momentum, keeping a trailing stop loss at 920. The stock, as mentioned, has a potential to cross 1100 to 1200 as well.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out in understanding the key strategy there. We have this question now from Shomalia Biswas from Kolkata. He says, I have 2500 shares of GMR Airports Infra at the rate of 86. I want to know about a stop loss, the whole duration and the target of this stock as well. Okay, Shomalia, we'll help you out as far as GMR Airports Infra is concerned. Let's quickly pull up the stock here, And whenever we have seen the tourism theme working, GMR airports definitely comes into the mention. Last 1 month has been pretty sideways. Even in the last 6 months, there hasn't been too much of a move. Year to date, there's been just a 10% surge, and in the past 1 year, the stock has in fact given muted to negative returns as well. Although in the last 5 years, the stock has actually shown you enough amount of gains as well. The good part is that the current level is also around 86.5. So I'm guessing that you have bought it around today itself. Nilesh ji, GMR airports, what is the outlook?
See, this particular stock has made multiple attempt on the upside to cross 90 levels, but it couldn't sustain above 90. So 90 is acting as a very strong resistance zone since last almost 6 to 8 months now. So it is important for the stock to break 90 level decisively for further up move towards 95 to 100. But as of now, since bought it at current market price, keep a stop loss below 84.5, we can expect a gradual up move towards 90 levels. So at least one can play this particular momentum till 90. If it breaks above 90, then till your stop loss to 86 or 87 and ride further momentum up to 95 to 98. So structure looks positive. I think one can continue to hold this particular stock.
Hold this particular stock. That's the advice. Divyansh writes in, he says, sir, Sensex की 82,700 की put buy करना चाहिए या फिर नहीं? ओके, सवाल यहाँ पर पुट बाय करने का है. लेवल बताया इन्होंने 82,700 का. क्या सजेशन होगा इनके लिए नीलेश?
सी जिस हिसाब से मार्केट में हमने एक काफी अच्छा मोमेंटम देखा है, ब्रेकआउट भी हमें देखने को मिला है अक्रॉस ऑल इंडाइसेस. सो जिस हिसाब से सेंसेक्स ने भी अपना इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल 82,000 का क्रॉस कर लिया है, अब यहाँ से एक मोमेंटम जो है वो कंटिन्यू हो सकता है. काफी शॉर्ट पोजीशन जो बनी थी 82,000 की कॉल स्ट्राइक में, वो अब ट्रैप होते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं. तो शॉर्ट कवरिंग यहाँ पे देखने को मिल रही है. सो इट इज नॉट एडवाइजेबल, बट यस, अगर कोई प्रॉफिट टेकिंग के लिए ये पर्टिकुलर पुट ऑप्शन खरीदना चाहता है, देन कैन बी प्लेड, क्योंकि 200-300 पॉइंट मूव ऑन द बैक ऑफ प्रॉफिट टेकिंग ऑन द लोअर साइड कैन बी सीन. बट यहाँ से कोई बड़ी गिरावट की संकेत हमें फिलहाल टेक्निकली नजर नहीं आ रहे हैं. अगर थोड़ी सी डिप भी मिलती है तो फिर से यहाँ पर खरीदारी लौटती हुई नजर आएगी और हमें सेंसेक्स यहाँ से 82,800 से 83,000 तक की ओर जाता हुआ नजर आ रहा है. बेहतर होगा कि शॉर्ट टर्म के पर्सपेक्टिव से प्ले करके चल सकते हैं, बट बड़ी गिरावट की गुंजाइश यहाँ पर नजर नहीं आती है.
बड़ी गिरावट के यहाँ पर नहीं नजर आ रही है कोई. ओके, लेट्स लुक एट द नेक्स्ट वन. दिस वन इज फ्रॉम विनीत कुलकर्णी और ये आइडिया फोर्ज के बारे में पूछना चाहते हैं. नीलेश, देखा जाए तो डिफेंस स्टॉक्स यहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा तेज़ी देखी हमने पिछले 1 से 2 महीने में. अब भले ही वो लार्ज कैप नेम्स हो, HAL, BEL, BDL, BML जैसे नाम हो, या फिर शिप बिल्डर नाम हो, GRSC ने सबसे ज़्यादा तेज़ी पकड़ी है, कोचिन ने बहुत बढ़िया मूव दिखाया है. अब आइडिया फोर्ज में भी हमने मोमेंटम प्ले डेफिनेटली देखा जब ड्रोन्स के बारे में बातचीत हुई. लेकिन ये एक ऐसा स्टॉक है जो कि लिस्टिंग होने के बाद से लेकर अब तक यहाँ पर किसी भी तरीके का मूव नहीं नजर आया था, केवल जियोपॉलिटिकल टेंशंस के बीच. और अब ये जो फ्रेश रैली आई है पूरे डिफेंस क्षेत्र में, उसे देखते हुए हमें आइडिया फोर्ज में एक मूव डेफिनेटली देखने को मिला है. तो सवाल ये उठता है कि यहाँ पर क्या ये केवल अभी मोमेंट्री प्ले है या फिर ये सस्टेन करेगा?
देखिए साक्षी, बिल्कुल आपने ठीक कहा. आईपीओ की लिस्टिंग हुई थी इसकी, वो लगभग जो प्राइस थे 1343 का हाई बना था 2023, और तब से लेके अब तक लगातार एक गिरावट का सिलसिला इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक में कंटिन्यू होता हुआ नजर आया है. हालांकि बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने, जो रीसेंट एक यूफोरिया हमने एक डिफेंस प्ले में देखा था, उसके चलते इस पर्टिकुलर काउंटर में भी एक पुल बैक हमें देखने को मिला था. बट अभी भी एक लगाड़ है इस पर्टिकुलर स्पेस में से. ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ पुल बैक मुझे नजर आ रहा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर ऊपरी स्तर पर 650 का एक इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल है, वो ब्रेक करना जरूरी है. 650 के ऊपर अगर ये टिकता है तो मैं कह सकता हूँ कि यहाँ पर एक शॉर्ट टर्म बॉटम की फॉर्मेशन की तैयारी होगी. बट फिलहाल के लिए प्योरली फ्रॉम अ ट्रेडिंग पर्सपेक्टिव लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो बने रह सकते हैं. 550 के नीचे जब तक नहीं जाता है तब तक चांसेस काफी ज्यादा है कि यहाँ पर एक ग्रेजुअल अपमूव हमें गोइंग फॉरवर्ड देखने को मिल सकता है, और वो इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक को 650 तक ले जा सकता है. तो 550 के स्टॉप लॉस से लॉन्ग पोजीशन है तो बने रहे, बट फ्रेश खरीदारी की सलाह इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक में हमारी ओर से नहीं होगी.
ओके, गॉट दैट। चलिए, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है कि कोई भी फ्रेश सलाह नहीं है यहाँ पर बाय करने की। नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं सवाल अंकुर मोदी का, जो कि आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं। लिखते हैं, नीलेश सर, कैन यू प्लीज सजेस्ट योर फेवरेट मल्टी बैगर आइडियाज़ फॉर नेक्स्ट 2 years और सो। तो नीलेश जी, ये तो आप ही के ऊपर आ चुका है कि अब मल्टी बैगर को ढूंढना और बताना, क्योंकि हमारे व्यूअर्स तो ये चाहते हैं कि बहुत आसानी से टॉप मार्केट एक्सपर्ट्स हमें ढूंढ के बता दें मल्टी बैगर और तुरंत वहाँ पर निवेश कर दें। लेकिन क्या इतना आसान होता है मल्टी बैगर स्टॉक्स को ढूंढना, ये बताइए।
देखिए साक्षी जी, देखिए एक्सपेक्टेशन सबकी होती है कि हमें भी एक ऐसा मल्टी बैगर स्टॉक मिले जो
जी।
नेक्स्ट 2 to 3 years में हमारा पैसा मल्टीप्लाई कर ले, बट इट्स नॉट दैट इजी। देयर आर मल्टीपल थिंग्स दैट यू नीड टू ट्रैक। एक कांस्टेंट वॉच हमें क्वार्टरली अर्निंग्स पे रखना होता है, और ओवरऑल मार्केट सेंटीमेंट भी देखना होता है कि जिस हिसाब से अभी मार्केट सेंटीमेंट पॉजिटिव नजर आ रहा है, ब्रॉडर मार्केट जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि काफी अच्छे लग रहे हैं, बट ये शॉर्ट टू मीडियम टर्म का नजरिया है। लॉन्ग टर्म में हमें ग्लोबल लेवल पर क्या डेवलपमेंट हो रहे हैं वो भी देखना जरूरी होता है। बट जब तक जहां तक स्टॉक की बात है, एक क्वालिटी स्टॉक्स पर सेक्टर पर फोकस करना जरूरी होता है। एक किस ग्रुप की कंपनी है वो भी फोकस करके चलने की सलाह होती है। तो यहाँ पर एक स्टॉक मैं मेरी ओर से जरूर रेकमेंड करूंगा जहां पर एक डिसेंट रिटर्न हमें देखने को मिल सकता है। मल्टी बैगर तो नहीं कहूंगा, बट यस, मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी यहाँ पर थोड़ी ज्यादा नजर आती है। वो है जियो फाइनेंस। जियो फाइनेंस रिलायंस ग्रुप की कंपनी, जहां पर हमने निचले स्तरों से काफी अच्छी रिकवरी फिलहाल देखने को मिल रही है। काउंटर का जो प्रीवियस हाई है वो है लगभग 400 के लेवल के आसपास का, 390 के आसपास के हाई बने थे 2024, ठीक एक साल पहले। अब फिलहाल काउंटर 300 के लेवल पर है। यहां से इस काउंटर में पोटेंशियल है कि ये नेक्स्ट 2 साल में 500 to 600 के लेवल छूता हुआ नजर आ सकता है। सो इस प्रकार का टाइम होराइजन जहां पे 2 years प्लस के नजरिए से अगर कोई देख रहा है तो जियो फाइनेंस को ऐड करके चल सकता है, बट एक मल्टीपल ट्रांच में ऐड करने की सलाह होगी, नॉट एट वन गो, क्योंकि काउंटर फिर से निचले स्तरों पर हो सकता है 250 के लेवल फिर से दिखा दे। तो मल्टीपल ट्रांच में इस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक को पोजीशन लिहाज से ऐड करके चल सकते हैं।
ओके, चलिए, तो उम्मीद करते हैं यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल गई होगी अंकुर, किस तरीके से आपको स्टॉक्स को देखना है। और जो स्टॉक्स बताए हैं उनमें आप डेफिनेटली राय को ज़रूर फॉलो करिए, क्योंकि अगर आप स्टैगर्ड वे में जाएंगे तो आपका रिस्क कम हो जाता है और एवरेजिंग की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ आपको बेहतर मिल जाती है। ओके, नेक्स्ट हमारे पास जो सवाल आया है, ये हमारे पास है सवाल भावेश कुमार का। ये यूएई से हैं और ये हमारा शो लगातार देखते हैं अनिलेश जी। He says, I have a question on NCC shares and I have 230 shares at the rate of 235. Now what I should be doing on this stock? That is the question. Let's look at NCC and look at the chart. 1% higher today. Last 5 days, nothing substantial. Last 1 month, there has been a 16% of a move on the higher side. Although in the last year to date levels, the stock has only given up 27-28% of the rally. It touched a low on March 3rd of 176. From that time there has been some recovery, but let's see what is the future. He bought this stock at 235, which means it's 5 rupees higher per share from his purchase level. An ideal strategy to follow here, Nilesh?
It's a very good stock within construction and infra space. The counter, no doubt, have witnessed a decline from the highs. Almost 360 was the high this particular counter made last year, and from those levels, it has corrected to the levels of 180 or below that. But now, since we have seen the recovery phase has started in this particular stock, the momentum looks positive, and it is likely to inch towards 260. That's the first hurdle that it has. That's the 200 long-term moving average. A break above 260 will provide further momentum towards 300 to 340. So looks good from next 1 year's perspective, and 200 is now the next immediate support, or I would say a major support for this particular stock. So from a longer term perspective, 1 year plus kind of time horizon, keep a stop loss below 200, and a breakout about 260 will give first level of confirmation for the upside target of 300 to 340.
Okay, got that. So you've got your higher targets there. Keep them, in your noted in your book, and we shall definitely look ahead in case you want to take another opinion as well. We'll take one last question with you, Nilesh ji, and this one is from Bhaskar from Gurgaon. He says, "Hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Hope you're doing fine." Yes, I'm very well, Bhaskar. I hope the same for you. He says, firstly, thank you so much for providing us retail investors the advice, and thanks for taking the query. You're welcome. The question is on Zomato. 300 shares bought at 84 levels 1.5 years back. Should I continue to hold on or book profits? The second one is Reddington, bought at 152. Again, should I book profits or hold on? First up, congratulations to you that you're holding on from such attractive levels on Zomato, and you've actually been able to see the best of the rally so far. The stock has again started to move back, and even for Reddington, you bought at 152, it's now at 285. Let's hear from you, Nilesh. First on Zomato. I'm sure now if you tell anyone that, if there's an opportunity to buy Zomato at 84, it will be much easier to decide. But at that point in time, when the stock had really crashed and, there were some troubles, profitability wasn't coming, it was a difficult call to make at that point in time. But for those investors who've held on, they've actually celebrated those gains. What now?
Right, Sakshi. So a very good call he has taken, and a big congratulations for this kind of multi-bagger return. So this particular stock, Eternal, currently it has given a good consolidation breakout from the levels of 200 to 240. So it was stuck in a very tight range. So from here, we are expecting a follow-up move towards 280 to 300. Since bought it at a very lower price, I would advise to keep a trailing stop loss in order to protect the capital as well as the profit. So 240 now will be the immediate support. That should be the stop loss for the long position. I would advise to ride this rally, ride this momentum up to 280 to 300 and stay put. Reddington, see, this particular counter looks more positive than the Eternal. The structure looks very strong. This counter has a potential to test 350 levels as well on the upside, provided if it breaks 300 levels on immediate basis. So stay put in this counter as well. Keep a stop loss below 265. The structure looks positive.
Structure looks positive. All right, Nilesh, time to thank you then for being with us on the show and guiding so many of our viewers with the right strategies as far as their own stock queries are concerned. Bhaskar also has to thank you for the query that you've answered for him. He says, thank you so much for such a valuable, precise, sharp show with no clutter and the advice that you share. Thank you so much, Bhaskar, and thanks a lot, Nilesh, for being with us. We'll see you on another edition of Daily Calls.
Thank you,
All
Sakshi.
right. Yes. All right, viewers, we will now move on to the second segment of the show. And the markets are holding up above 25,118. We have so many of more queries that are coming up. And we have another special guest joining in, Mr. Kranti Batini, Director of Research, Wealth Mid Securities, another favorite guest on Daily Calls that we have for all of you. Hi, Kranti. Warm welcome. Good afternoon to you. Good to have you with us. Well, finally, we are seeing the record high times coming back for the frontline indices. Now we're celebrating it for Nifty Bank. All eyes are on Nifty as to when can it, go back to above 26,000 levels or so. How are you looking at the markets? Are we looking comfortable, climbing all walls of worry, looking ahead at this point, or do you still think the journey ahead will be volatile?
Yes, actually, yeah, markets are climbing all the wall of worries, and the monetary moolah, the monetary bazooka, and the big bonanza what the MPC have given, definitely it's a positive. Always reduction of interest rates are always positive for the capital markets and especially the equity markets are concerned. So that's what we are witnessing. It's really surprised the street. Markets, in fact, the analysts have been in a very conservative in terms of estimating the rate cut, but that's surprises the market on a very positive note. That's what we are witnessing. This is going to ignite the banking and financial services, the consumption, the infrastructure, capital goods. It's going to have an overall positive impact on the economy going ahead. But we also need to see, is there any spikes that related to inflation because of the global uncertainty that's going to have in the second half of the year? That's where we need to closely observe the trend of inflation. Observing the trend of inflation is much important. Of course, it seems to be very much comfortable for the RBI. That is the reason they surprised the street in terms of the reduction of rates are concerned. But the global uncertainty is still hanging around right now. The trade tariffs and the geopolitical escalation still they're the cause of concerns at this point of time. But the domestic macros are concerned. They're quite positive at this point of time. They're quite favorable at this point of time. Uh, Definitely, markets are climbing the wall of worries and inching towards new highs.
Okay, got that. Kranti sir, we'll take some questions now from our viewers that are lined up for you, and then we can come back to our overall macro discussion on the markets too. A lot of them are waiting to hear from you the advice that you have to share on their questions. First is Shiva. He is from Vizag in Andhra Pradesh, and he wants to know about Varun Beverages. He already has this stock in his portfolio at the rate of 531. He now wants to know, can he continue to add or should he hold on? Now, if we look at the last 1 year of a momentum, it's been rather on a slowing side. But we have seen erstwhile how Varun Beverages has been an outperformer of sorts. It's been a big wealth creator of the past also for investors who invested in Varun Beverages. Of course, with the monopoly that it has with the Pepsi bottler and the opportunities that exist there. How would you look at the stock right now for somebody who's bought it at higher levels of 530 odd? What is the advice?
Such fundamentally, it's a strong company. Last 3 years' performance has been phenomenal. After touching the market cap of 2 lakh crores, Warren Beverages have entered into a long-term consolidation. And also, the one way the early monsoon has impacted the consumption of the soft beverages, the cool drinks and all, that have been having a some kind of negative impact on Warren Beverages. Earlier, there was an extended summer, and also the demand used to peak out in the month of October, November, December itself. But given the kind of the climatical conditions and all, the sales have been little bit softening at this point of time. That is the reason the stocks are in a consolidation phase. If the investor is a long-term investor, definitely given the kind of a strong franchisee PepsiCo, Warren Beverages carries in India, and also as the rate cut also boosts the consumption cycle going ahead. So that can add Warren Beverages into a favorable situation on a medium to longer term basis. So if he's a long term investor, definitely he can hold on. In fact, he can buy on dips Warren Beverages for a longer term. But in the medium to short term, definitely the stock is going to face some kind of headwinds in terms of the consumption is concerned.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has also helped you out in understanding your key strategy. Taking the next question, this one is from one of our viewers, Nikhil Das. He says, can I enter Engineers India at the current levels? I have a 1 year time frame on this stock. Let's quickly look at the stock. 232, 1% higher today. Last 1 month has seen about a 32-33% rally again already. And after the last 4-5 months of consolidation, it's the last month of 1 month of a move which has been considerable. Is it the right time to invest in Engineers India, Kranti sir?
Sakshi, in terms of the valuations are concerned, it looks very attractive to me at this point of time. The stock has been slowly inching up, and also the last quarter results have been quite good for the Engineers India. If you have a 1 year horizon, he can start buying the stock at dips, or he can buy at the current market price also. Definitely, there are some kind of the public sector undertakings. The rally is definitely due for these companies, and Engineers India started participating in that.
Yes, okay. Next we have Rohit Srivastav writing in from Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. Hi Rohit, his question is on Ircon International. He says, I have 10,000 shares of this stock at the rate of 200 each. Can I hold for next 6 months, and can I expect more upside on this stock? Just about last 1 or 2 weeks, we've started to see some railway stocks momentum also coming back, sir. Ircon International particularly, is there a suggestion that you would have here?
Yeah, he can hold on, Sakshi. 1 year, he can hold on. The momentum is slightly building up, and the last quarter results have been quite good for these companies, and the order book have been quite good. And there is a earning visibility for all these railway infrastructure related company stocks are concerned. So the momentum can be continued. Some kind of a mild consolidations do comes in these stocks. These stocks have entered into a high beta zones actually right now. They are having sharp spikes and at the same point of time sharp dips also we are witnessing in these companies. So since he have a investment horizon of more than 1 year, he can hold on to Ircon.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also guided you much better. Avdesh Thakur wants to know about national fertilizers. He says 108 पे 200 shares hold किए हुए हैं short to medium term के लिए. इस share पर क्या outlook है? Fertilizer space, do you think there is this momentum that could sustain all through the monsoon season, at least for now, if somebody has a short term horizon, and especially national fertilizer? 108 is the current level, and he's also bought it at the current levels only.
So actually, I call these stocks as are the popcorn stocks. Okay, they're just seasonal. Okay, one need to just enjoy the rally and later on, okay, they can book the profit. Now, the stock is in a favorable situation at this point of time. He can hold on for a couple of months. Most probably, the Q1 quarter should be a good quarter for them, and he can get 10 to 15% returns. He need to book the profit.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has also helped you out in understanding the key strategy there. Vineet Kulkarni writes in and he wants to know about the capital markets related stocks like CAMS versus KFintech. Which one is actually better for the long term is what his question is. And both the stocks actually are related to the back end ops, KFintech rather with the registrar, the brokerage space there. Also with CAMS, it's more to do with the mutual fund investments. How would you look at and identify between the two, which is the stock that one should go with?
So actually, in terms of the valuations are concerned, CAMS is trading at a 48 PE and Caffeine is around 64 PE kind of a range they're trading at this point of time. Given the kind of the equity boom what we are witnessing in India, these companies are called, these are all part of the market infrastructure companies, the MIS, what we call it as. So market infrastructure institutions. So these companies right now they have the valuations are little bit stretched, but any dip in these companies for a medium to longer term basis, one can buy these companies. He can start accumulating these companies for a longer term perspective.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also helped you out in understanding the strategy. Ashwini D. Rao is next with his question. He says, hi ma'am, is it the right time to buy Zentech shares? Okay, we'll try and figure out how the stock is moving at this point in time. Zentech share, if we look at Zen Technologies 2011, today it's down by about 3.4% or so. Last 1 month, however, the rally has been substantial. About 43 odd percent of a move has again come in, and that also has to do with the entire defense move that came in. Now, Kranti sir, you've been very vocal about the defense stocks right from last 1 year. Even during the downturn in these stocks and the long haul consolidation, you did talk about how these stocks are to be kept for the absolute long term. And those who have been holding on at the higher levels must continue to hold on. And they are now again seeing the second phase of the rally. Many are also seeing fresh highs. Zen Technologies for you, sir, how would you look at?
So actually, the stock has rallied nearly 100% from its recent lows. Given the kind of the current valuations are concerned, I'm not in a hurry to jump and buy these stocks at this point of time. I'll just wait for some kind of a earning traction or moderation of the valuations. That's what the trigger I'm going to see. Most probably, the entry zone for Gen Technologies are going to be around some kind of a dips that would be advisable for the investor until unless he's a short-term trader. He need to have a trailing stop loss. If he's an investor for longer term, any correction, okay, he can add because the stock has sharply moved from its recent lows. There was some kind of a speculative activity was running around these kind of stock, especially who have more exposure towards the products like the drones and all. So that's where the key area one need to focus. For a medium to short term, okay, one need to have a strict stop loss for these stocks.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out. Taking the next one then, this question is from our WhatsApp, and we have got this question from one of our viewers. This is Manoj Gupta. He lives in Delhi. He wants to know about Apollo Tyres, Kranti sir. His question is, I have 150 shares at 452. What should I do in this counter? Should I hold on for the next 1 to 2 years? Is there advisable on Apollo Tyres?
Definitely, Sashi can hold on, given the kind of a one of the key player in the four wheeler, and also the Apollo also one of the key player in terms of the tractor tires are concerned. So he can hold on to Apollo. The auto stock started moving. That's going to have some kind of positive impact on subsequently on the tire stocks. If the latex prices, if they are going to cool off, the margins of tire companies are going expected to go up. So Apollo tires, he can hold on at this point of time.
Okay, got that. I hope this has helped you out. Taking the next question, Sama from WhatsApp again. This is Momita from Kolkata. She says, Hi Sakshi. Hi Momita, how are you doing? The question is on Radico Khaitan. I have 100 shares of Radico Khaitan at 2,660. I want to know what is the short term view on this and whether this can also be held on for the longer time frame. Any suggestion on Radico Khaitan? 2641 is the current level. She bought this at 2,660.
She can hold on, Sakshi. The consumption story is still on in India with respect to the liquor stocks are concerned. They had a consolidation. Now they started moving. Now the consumption focus is coming back. So she can hold on for some more quarters.
Okay, you can hold on for some more quarters. Next, we have this question from one of our viewers who is writing. Brahmadeo Kumar Singh wants to know about the shares of BSC. I'm a long term investor. And can you imagine the price at which he has bought the shares of BSC, Kranti sir? Bought this at 70 levels, the levels of 7070. Remember viewers, for BSC, today it's a fresh all time high. We saw levels of 3000 and above. But just days before, we had seen a bonus split. The stock came down from 7,000 to about 2,000. From then on, there's been a 1,000 rupee rally. But if we look at BSC, where the stock price would have been 70s many years ago, I think during COVID time or so. And that time, he must have invested in this stock. Kranti sir, any advice on this one?
He can hold on, Sakshi, continue to hold on. And the NSE listing is around the corner.
Yeah.
That indirectly increases the volumes of BSE going ahead. So he can hold on.
He can hold on. Okay, next there is Nikhil from Kerala. He says, I want to wish you all the very best to you, to your team. And I want to say it's always a great help to all our investors with your top market experts guidance that we get. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for appreciating all our guests' views and the show as well. The question that he has for today is NHPC and NMDC at the current levels. Which one would you advise? NHPC at the rate 91? Which is trading at about 2.5% higher today. NMDC from the mining space also, he wants to know whether either of these two should be invested in for the next 1 to 2 years.
Sakshi, both are the one thing is common is they are both are PSU undertakings, but in terms of the business is concerned completely different. NMDC into minerals, okay, and NHPC into hydro electricity is concerned.
Yes.
But given the kind of valuations and also the earning outlook is concerned, he can divide his investment between NHPC and NMDC, and he can invest for time frame of more than 1 year. Both the companies are expected to do well fairly.
Okay, I hope this has answered your question too. Next, we have this question from Prahar Buariwala. He wants to know about Suzlon. I want to know why are there such big block deals taking place? Well, Prahar, you know that this entire month of May that went by saw about 60,000 odd crore rupees of promoter stake sales, and something to the tune of that happened today also. The Tanti family, the owning promoters, they have sold some stake worth about 20 odd crore rupees, paid some stake on that front. But let's ask Kranti sir, what exactly should retail investors be understanding from such stake sales? Is it something to be worried about, or is it par for the course?
Sakshi, in terms of the company corporate governances, always there are some kind of red flags on this company. But in terms of the sector, what they operate, and also the improving of financials at this point of time, looks positive for this company in a medium to short term is concerned. But still, the corporate governance is one of the key concern for this company to take any kind of strategic, serious investment kind of a decision in this company. But the sectoral tailwinds are helping Switzerland to sail through at this point of time. A lot of emphasis is still there in terms of the green wind energy is concerned. That's where the company is taking the advantage. Until unless the investor is a high risk appetite trader or investor, one need to consider these kind of stocks. Of course, they have been, in terms of the price action is concerned, they are giving the returns. But in terms of the corporate governances are concerned, okay, these are the red flags for these kind of companies to make any kind of serious investments are concerned for a longer term basis.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also answered your question well. All right. In the end, Kranti sir, we are going to be understanding from you. First half nearly over for the calendar year. Are you looking at any brighter ideas for the next 6 months that you could share with our viewers?
Yes, actually, the consumption looks very exciting going ahead. There is a lot of emphasis in terms of the non-discretionary spending is concerned. Okay, that's going to have some kind of a booster, and also the discretionary spending, consumer staples. The space is concerned that has been lagging in the recent past. So that can be the focus area. And any dip in defense, any sharp declines in defense, one can add for a medium to longer term perspective. The power sector looks very attractive to me at this point of time, and also the nuclear power is emerging as a new theme in India. So there are few companies in this space. It's still as a emerging story, but the government has been moving the cards very fast in terms of the reform measures are concerned with respect to the nuclear power. This entire space is concerned. So one need to keep this theme on the radar. The consumption is going to be the key focused area for the second half of the year is concerned.
Okay, fair point. Well, Kranti sir, it's always a pleasure to listen to you, to your fantastic insights, and our viewers love all the advice that you share with them. And with the hope that you keep coming back and guiding them through our show, Daily Calls. We hope you have a very good time. Till the time we see you soon,
Thank you, Sakshi.
very
Always a
soon in the
pleasure.
next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, viewers, we'll try to wrap up our show now, but do stay tuned. There's a lot more that's lined up for you throughout the course of the day. You will hear from top market experts how to really move forward in the markets that are slowly but gradually recovering, the stocks that may actually have the potential to do very well from here. And I'll of course see you at the closing edition at 3 p.m. Stay tuned.
Where does this confidence come from that a government which 1 year ago people were questioning whether it would last even a year or two, now you're saying it will last forever? What's changed according to you?